finally made it here. Ah,
We're
welcome,
here.
everybody. This is Thursday, and it was just brought to my attention. I did remember, but I forgot. Lily told me this is 420. You know what 420 means, and we're going to be on this show at 420 in the afternoon. So if you have them rolled, if you have them packed, feel free to light up if you're in a legal state. Well, heck,
That's right.
even if
Right.
you're not, I'm not going to tell anybody.
We
And
can't see you.
obviously, I'm not going to be able to do anything here, but it's not like I need 420 as an excuse. Anyways, let me get over to this news here. This is news that I have got from the OTC market. Let's pull this up. Did I get it? There we go. Let me refresh this for you. We've already got it ending. I actually don't know how many days of news there is here. I used to post this in every single video through the week, but we've made some format changes. You probably know that. So this may be the only place you get the news. So I think we might have about 10 days worth here, all from the OTC, all penny stocks, all good news. And if you think news from 10 days ago is old, you're missing the point. There's a lot of stuff they talk about back then that doesn't happen for months. So I like old news. Go back. That's actually what we're doing on most of my videos right now. We're looking at charts. We're finding hot chart setups. Then we're looking for news. Now, yeah, if you can find news today, that's great. But that doesn't mean that it's not going to run tomorrow, because what if they said something in a filing 2 months ago about something that's going to close at the end of this month? And you say, gee whiz, that's only 10 days away. It's cheap. Nobody's looking at it right now. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Old news is actually where a lot of treasure is buried. So don't turn your back on old news. That's where you'll find a lot.
Very true.
So, what have you been up to, Lily?
Oh gosh, John, I've been up to life. Life has been just, I don't know. Have you ever experienced that where you're like every day it's something, and that's what's happening to me. And here lately I've been losing my internet. So if that happens, I apologize.
Right. If it gets real quiet, I'll do the best I can. But yeah, we're all in that.
You can still talk to me, John, and you can answer for me too. That's fine.
All right, we are coming down to the end of the news here. This is the address, folks, for getting into the Discord that Lily and I are in. Whole lot of great people over there. We do everything from trade penny stocks to big stocks, options, cryptos, tokens. We do it all over there, and we have people who are great at each one of these. Nobody's good at everything, but we got people good at what they do. So if you're interested in some of this, come on over. That's the address. You can use Wizard. That'll get you an invite. Click it. Just, do the approvals as you come in. We don't need anything important. And come join us. The OTC, it's been real slow over there recently. So I'd love to see you. All right, we're going to jump out of this. I'm going to turn that off so I don't see it again. All right, that is my Twitter. Twitter comes in handy a lot. All right, we have got some tickers already in the queue here. I had 3 of them, I think, come from Google and Twitter. People wanted me to look at some stocks. And, to be honest, I only look at stocks on my video show. Not only, but I try to find stocks that have either a super strong catalyst or they just got a hot chart. If the stock has a hot chart, I look for something that can make it move. But if the chart is cold, even hot news may not affect that chart whatsoever. And I have lots of people say, do a video on this stock or that one. I look at the chart and say, I don't want to talk about that one. Not now. Yeah, she's got things going on, but now I'm going to have to tell you to wait. Yeah, she's a pretty girl. You want to date with her? Next year. I'll get you a date next year. Nobody wants to hear that stuff. So that's why I don't cover them. Not because I don't think the stock isn't any good. So we've got stocks here that are coming from the viewers. These have got nothing to do with the charts. These are just stocks they're interested in, stocks you're interested in. So drop it in there if you've got one. Hopefully it's not just one you're holding. You've been looking at that one for a long time. Give me a stock you've been doing some study on. Let's see if we can find something together. Like Velmore. Yeah. Kudos for Velmore. She's always bringing us goodies. And we've got a couple here from Gilmore, but sorry to say she was first in the queue on the show, but her tickers are last in the queue for what I got right now. So we're going to start this off by looking at SMCE. This is SMC Entertainment's finished the day at a very low price, 0014, but she had a pretty good day, 27.27% gains. She's on the pink tier and current. She's got all her green tick, so she looks good. Looking at the catalyst first, it seems that just 2 days ago, we had big news come out. SMC executes stock purchase agreement to acquire 100% AI-enabled wealth management technology platform. And this basically is a program. I don't even like to use the word program anymore. It's an AI program that trades. Big market's already got it, folks.
Wow.
It's nothing new.
Yeah.
But they've got one now. They've bought 100% of this thing, and it likes to trade in block orders, which are big blocks, 100,000, 10,000, 100,000, big block orders. That's what it does. So they just got 100% of that, which could absolutely be a big plus for them, depending on what they do. Speaking of what they do, let's see. SMC is a versatile holdings company, so they could be doing anything whatsoever. We'd have to go through a list of their subsidiaries to actually get a better idea. Float, well, let's look at their outstanding. We've got 1 billion there. Always guessing on the float here. Could be anywhere from $250 million to 350 billion or more. Not billion, million. Millions, billions, thousands. You'll catch me in my videos making mistakes. I hope you overlook those. Financials for the company. Nothing on the yearly, nothing on the quarterly. That's not very inspiring.
Yeah.
They did file an annual report at the end of last month. There's their attorney letter, so everything's kosher. They're not late. Filings, we don't have any filings since 2006. So you've got your catalyst there. You've got yourself an AI, and I do believe, what was it, AI chat? I want to see.
I think so, yeah.
I think it was
something that trades, AI that's trading.
Due to how far back we go. I wanted to see if they actually named the chat something that they bought. No, the acquisition cost them $25 million, so it's not a cheap AI. Let me see. The Finati, including but not limited to all proprietary technologies, algorithms, trade secrets. They got the full ball of wax here. So this sounds big. I have no idea what they're involved with. We need some more due diligence here. But it sounds like she's on her way. People were excited today. We did get a bump out of it. Does the chart look like we could get anything more? Is she set up for anything?
Well, okay. So we've checked this one before. I'm not sure. Probably about a month or so ago, John. But it's been an uptrend, and it's like I was showing in the chart. This is a 4-hour chart. You can see the spikes where it comes out, and it's very quick. Ooh, and then we had a spike recently where it hit that point, or 002. So, and like I said, it was very quick. And so I knew it had potential to do that. That's pretty much what I was saying before. We were probably looking at it in this area, and that it was setting up. It's respecting that trend line. It's kind of slow going, and I didn't see anything really on it whenever you were talking about it. So that's kind of what concerns me. I wanted to go to the 1-hour chart. You can see how it stays in that level, which is pound 0.001. And then, of course, we had a gain right here, 100%, bam, 0.02, 002, and then back down. But it didn't give it all back. You know, it's still trying to build it up.
Right.
So it's got stuff going for it. There's more research to be done here. Financials look terrible, yet they just made an acquisition for $25 million. Where'd that come from, right? And you said the filings haven't been filed since 2006, so that doesn't even make sense to see this kind of movement in this company. So there's something we're missing, or I don't know. They're just not reporting correctly, so that kind of concerns me. But you see it right there. And if it comes back down to this area, like I was saying before, it's a good pickup. It's been respecting it for months now. It's just kind of slow going. It gets those pops, and if you're in there and it gets a pop, I would take it and I would exit until this gets more traction going. Or maybe
I don't know where we don't know. $25 million came from. Their assets,
that's interesting. Where did that come from?
Assets are down by $1 million is their asset area. So it must be either lots of stock, or it's going to be, tranches, payments made over a course of time.
Well, you can see the SMA, the 13 is closing. It's went over the 50. It's approaching that 100 level. Yep. So it is building up here. This is a good zone. If it's going to hold right here, it's a good zone to get in. But I don't know what comes next, or does this just die back down, back to this level? Not sure, but definitely one to watch. That is I don't know. It's just hard to say for sure because I don't like what we see.
It needs more due diligence. We
It
need to see
does.
what their plans are with that. If they've got other subsidiaries that they're going to work a synergy system with, who knows what they've got going without more due diligence.
And everybody that's been playing it or been in it for a long time that has been researching it, you might really be onto something because you might know more than we don't see here. So please share that if you have it on this one. That's really interesting. And there you go, sir.
All right, we're back to me.
Yes, sir.
I can't see. I didn't bring it up on the other computer.
I did it. You got it.
All right. The next one we're looking at here is Brigadier Gold Limited, ticker BGADF. This is a mining company. Finished today just under 7 cents. Another pretty decent jump. We've got almost 45% on this. Pink Current only got a transfer agent verified, don't have a verified profile, which we do like to see. But if you're just playing these stocks for quick money, these transfer agents, this verified profile really don't matter. So what I've noticed here is that all the news is pretty much focusing in on this one piece of property, Nemaska 2 lithium project. They've got lots of news about it, and it's just all basically been about acquiring it. Well, up here, they finally doubled the size of what they got. They tell us here that they acquired 100% undivided interest in 105 mining claims, covering approximately 5,300 hectares located in the Nemaska area of Quebec. And then up here, they've moved on. Now that they finally acquired the property, they have set everything up to start exploring, and now they're exploring, which is pretty much like a research and development of a pharmaceutical company. Let me get rid of that. I know who's bleeping. That's my Discord. Sorry about that. There we go. There. So they're not making any money right now, I don't believe. Let's check a look. I don't want to, well, who can tell? That F on the back tells me they are a foreign company, and a lot of foreign companies will do their filings in their own country and then not extend them out to us. It's not that they're not filing or we can't see them. They're just housed in their own country. We've got no filings over here to even check. Geez, nothing since 2021. I don't even get any of their financials here, so I got very little information to work with. Float, well, she got 115 outstanding, maybe 77 million in the float. You know, it's not more than 115 million. Outside of what we see, she's got a new piece of property, a big one. She's now exploring it. She must have ideas there's something there, or they wouldn't have worked so hard to get it. But again, it is a waiting game. I don't know if there's going to be a bounce off of this. You know, now they're exploring. We're going to wait for some sort of essays to come out and tell us what's going on. And I'm not going to understand them. So don't look to me to be giving you any updates on this. So best I can say is follow the charts. That's how I end up looking at a mining company anyways. It had a hot chart and it's like, oh, really? Okay, what's the catalyst here? I hope I can understand it if I even see it. So does the chart look like it's got anything more to give after 44% today?
Well, I'll get to that. I will say this chart has looked really good and healthy since around the December area. This is a matter of fact, in October, it started climbing. We started at 0059, and you can see it hit 0.098. That's a huge growth in these, since October of last year.
Yeah.
And it's respecting this trend line. And we have our, the SMAs, the lower one has been trending above the 50, above the 100. This is beautiful. You see that? Gorgeous. So I'm going to get a little bit closer. We'll go, because the chart's hard to see. There's not a whole lot going on. I have to go see, even 5 days out, it just looks ugly. Anyway, you can see the spike from 0.048 to 0.098. Pretty quick. And it happened, it happened today.
Over 100% jump.
It happened today, even though I'm looking at a 5-day.
Yeah, well there's a lot of activity
today today. Then. Yeah, let's just look at today then. So yeah, look at that. Well, one bar right there, really quick. Gosh, 9:30 this morning? It was bam. And so was there news? It was
the news came out today.
Okay, and then you had a lot of people take profits, which is fine. But this one looks really good to me, because if you go ahead and drop back to that 4 hour, you can see what it's been doing.
It's
I don't see it changing.
Smack dab in the middle of the bar, smack dab in the middle of the channel. That's what I
Yeah,
call
it's
a perfect landing. It looks like it's got solid footing. It's not going to slip and fall. It has a good chance of getting another bounce.
yeah, I think there's a lot of people been watching this one or anticipating this type of move. And said the low point here in the last 20 days was 0.0402. And then it built up for that news, bam. And right now it's holding in this area, trying to cross over, and it's holding that 50. But it could cool off a little bit and give another opportunity to get in for later news. But it has been building up. I do not hate this chart. It looks pretty good. I mean, that's kind of hard. It's hard to look at some of them because the volume is not necessarily there. So the charts are harder to read.
No
All
doubt.
you have is these big bars.
No doubt.
Back to you, John.
All right. You can see me then.
Yeah.
We got a ticker here from Mountain Man. He wants me to take, I do believe Mountain Man wanted me to look at this, NWBO. Not a stranger to me. This comes up off and on. This is NWO, Northwest Biotherapeutics. Dropped almost 4%. She finished today at 50 cents on the middle tier of the OTC, which is literally the better tier. That's what they call it, but it literally is better than the pink because you have to audit your financials to be here. That's validated information. Then you got your verified profile and transfer agent, more validated information. Those are the sort of things you want to look for if you're going to be getting into a stock for a long hold on the OTC. Independent directors, they uplisted. So this news came out today too. Wow, big news. I think this is why Mountain Man wanted me to look at this. Let me see if there's anything. Yes, there was this news we're going to look at that came out today is based on this news, which has been building up. But this came out November 17th, my birthday. Northwest Biotherapeutics is a biotechnology company developing DC Vax, which is a personalized immune therapy for solid tumor cancers. Today, they reported that their phase 3 clinical trial, both the median survival and the long tail of extended survival were increased in both newly diagnosed and recurrent glioblastoma brain cancer patients treated with the DC Vaxel. The trial has met both the primary and the secondary endpoints under the statistical analysis plan for the trial. It was out of the park, folks. Home run, phase 3 trial. People are living longer, whether you just got this cancer or you got a reoccurring case of it. So that came out on the 17th. Then they came out with news today. It's coming to market. One of the first UK licenses for the commercial manufacturing of cell therapy products also allows global delivery of the products. The company and Advent Bioservices announced that MIA license has been approved and issued by the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency for commercial manufacturing of cell therapy products at the GMP facility in Sawston, UK. This facility's already built, been there for 3 years, been doing other aspects of the same sort of work. They've just now expanded it to the full capacity. This MIA is one of the first licensees for commercial manufacturing of cell therapy products in the UK. The license is the culmination of more than 3 years' work, including development of the facility, well over 1,600 regulatory documents put in, everything. They're all set. Under the commercial manufacturing licensing, cell therapy products manufactured in the Sawston facility may be globally exported. Products may also be imported into the UK. No holds barred. They got everything they want. They've got a phase 3 drug that's helping with brain cancer. And, you know, whether you just got it or it keeps coming back, they are now allowed to sell it. They've got a factory to make it, and they've got a license to import and export. What else do we need? I mean, this is huge. I don't know why the stock fell today. I'm really surprised at that, honestly. So I would expect a delayed effect. Maybe another stock caught attention, got all the money. Maybe it was a bad day, just bad biorhythms. I don't know. A big market was stealing it, whatever. This is huge. What do you think, Lily? Does that sound big to you?
It does. It does. But this is not uncommon to see with biotech. So a lot of people come in for those trials. And once that news came out, and I'm pretty sure that was a phase 3 news, which was the end of it. At that point, you know, and I don't know if they have FDA approval yet or not. I can't remember if you said that. Either way,
it wasn't mentioned in there. They didn't say anything about that, but then I didn't do any deep dive. You would think so, coming out of phase 3, meeting every endpoint.
Well,
How
I
could
can
you
see
not
that the
have?
move has been made on that chart. That news sent it. Like it went flying. And I'll share that real quick with you, John, if you're ready.
Well, just let me take a quick look here. We're
Okay.
just showing people the
But I have
revenue.
seen that before. They have just sold it off. The move is over, whatever it is, or they didn't get FDA approval. Something's
So
going on in this chart.
volume was up today, about double, and they are making some revenues. Most biopharmaceutical companies I see aren't making money yet. So they must have something going on
Yep.
right now. So they're not totally broke, don't have to keep putting shares on the market. And they had good volume today, but sad to say, she fell. Maybe she had a bounce in the middle of the day. I didn't look. Does it look like that? Can you
I
show
didn't
us?
get that close. I had to take you out a little bit further. I'm going to go ahead and show that to you. So with this chart, we've looked at it before, and that's why I marked this in blue. When we were looking at it before, we were totally in an uptrend, which I warned if we lost that. And we did. So I went ahead and did a red one for current. And now you can
Right.
see we're in a downtrend, a heavy downtrend. This does not look nice. But
No.
this news, the news you just gave about that phase 3 trial, November 17th, was around this time right here.
Ah,
Big
right.
move to $1.27, which hit
That's
around.
what I expect.
Yeah, that was November the 18th, November 21st, and after that, boom. I don't know what happened, 21st, 22nd or so, and it came back down. Tried to reclaim it, but couldn't do it, and came back into an uptrend. But then it lost it. It just lost it, and that was right around February, beginning of February this year. And ever since then, it's been struggling on the struggle bus. So I'm gonna go ahead and get closer so we can see how today kind of looked. We'll do a 5-minute, 5-day, 5-minute, and you can see it's just not much of anything. I mean, it's lost so much from $1.20 something all the way down to 45 cents right here. But you do see buyers stepped in right here.
Yeah.
Buyers stepped in for 45 cents. And I
did.
don't blame them,
I don't
especially
either.
if the news is good. That's a good buy-in price. So
Yeah.
I look forward to probably maybe this is our floor here. And if that's the case, and you can give it some time to check it. If that's the case, so that's good news because it's a good area for longer holds or to be patient for more news. If you know that's coming, it's important to know the catalyst. It's important to know their line, what they have in the works, what's coming, who are they working with, what deals are coming. So if you know something that's supposed to be coming, like that old news John was talking about, this might be a good area for this one. But it has been struggling. I do have to warn that it isn't a downtrend. So keep that in mind. You have plenty of time to wait for better days, see it start kind of uptrending and more green bars. See if this is going to, if this last move we've had from today, right here, this right here, you want to see more of that instead of this. So if you start seeing that, okay, time to take interest and start watching. And you can see where your buyers stepped in. You can see the volume. So when it came down to 45 cents, here they are. They're buying it up. So that one's one to watch. But that news is fantastic. So I don't know if the move is done or something happened with the FDA and they're not going to approve this drug, which would be amazing.
There's lots of potential. They're putting up the factory is already built. They've got the license. Yep. They've got 2 companies that have come together jointly that are now going to be producing this cell, which is going to help people with cancer. No matter how you look at it, they're on a growth trajectory now. They've got every piece of the puzzle. Now they're doing it. So things should get better. The price should grow, but with market sentiment the way it is, even good companies are getting beat down right now.
They are. So maybe from here on out, we'll see more stability instead of, when it pops and it just sells off. Maybe we're going to start having real buyers step in now for the long term because they believe in this company and what they're doing. So that might be what you see from here. I would definitely keep an eye on this one, see what's going to do at this level where we're at now, that 45 cents and up. And hopefully we can get out of that downtrend because that is really nasty for that one.
Yeah.
All right. Back to you, John.
All right. I think we are hitting Velmore's suggestion. She wanted Sysex. I believe she wanted me to look at.
I don't see Sysex from Velmore. I see GTCH.
Second one down.
No. IDEX. IDEX is from Jerome.
All right. Well, we're going to leave Sysex alone. Somebody wanted it, but right now
I don't see it. Velmore has GTCH.
Fair is fair then. Let's go to GTCH. I've got some information here. We'll start with the catalyst and move out from there. She had news come out today. I love that. GPT's Intelligent Human Vitals Q term device patent received an issue notification. So I had to look this up. This is a little device that's monitoring your vitals, your heartbeat, your blood pressure, I don't know if it does your blood pressure, your temperature. They've got some things here. Well, it's like, well, what is it? Is it a device you wear? I mean, what exactly is it?
Yeah.
Well, it's a tiny thing here. I mean, they're not actually giving me a picture. There. It's a tiny thing that you put in your pocket. It's not a watch. It's not a necklace, which I think if you wear it, you have a less chance of losing it. But then maybe you sell more if you lose it, like Bic lighters. I'm sure they do a lot of business just on replacement.
Maybe.
It wasn't even empty. I had to buy another one. I don't know where it went. Your brother took that one too. So this thing hooks up to an app on your phone and it gives you a whole bunch of information. So they've just come out with this. And was there more news? I thought I saw something prior to that. Actually, I just did erase it. Boo. Let me see here. Oh, yeah. I had seen that they were working with some other technology here. Cybersecurity. Trend Innovations Holdings' newly acquired AI technology successfully proves it's highly effective in real-time cybersecurity. GBT's 3D multiplanar integrated circuit architecture patent in Korea. Folks, this is a company that needs more than just 3 or 4 minutes looking at. They've got a lot going on here. The more I go down, the more I see. Application for Avanti AI technology. They're into cybersecurity, AI. They've got a patent for some circuit architecture. They have now got this Q term, which is monitoring your vitals. They got a lot going on. Are they making money doing any of it though? Yeah. This last year was a boomer year. They picked it up. Problem is that it's costing a lot. Well, not really. They got $180,000 in 2021. They got to keep it. Didn't cost them anything. Maybe telling people how to do something. I don't know. Here they did 1.1 million. They got to keep 379,000. But the point is they're making money. Is there anything else we can see? Nah, these are just those quarters broke down. We are waiting now for the next quarter. Everybody is. Boy, they're coming fast. Share structure for GTCH. Too much. I wouldn't even look this one up if I was doing a video. Because
oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's not going to be in the millions. It's 2.1 billion, maybe. It could be 1.6 billion.
And looking at the authorized shares, it's like,
10 billion, which are shares they can put on the market whenever they need more money. And since the stock, well, thank God it's not a triple. The numbers down here are scary. There's no reassurance down here. There's too many shares. They can do a reverse split anytime they want.
Yeah.
You need a ton of volume to get the thing to move strong and stay moving strong. So, we don't like that, but it won't stop us from playing it if we see volume coming in and she's climbing. And right there's a beautiful price, folks. I love the 001s, right? 002 is a smidge move. You've doubled your money very quick. Although it's a small movement, it's amazing how hard it can make it sometimes. You need your volume. You've got to have that in all cases. Let's see, is there anything else we can learn here? Disclosures was our last one to touch on too. 10K. So they just came out with a 10K, and that's what we're already caught up with. So we've got no new information on their financials. So that's what she looks like from her information aspect. How does she look from her chart aspect?
Well, very interesting, especially here lately. This is the last 20 days. So you've got a 1 hour chart here, and it was at 0004 back here. And then I just went ahead and mapped it out real quick. And it hit 0018, John. That's amazing. And I did not go back to the 4 hour chart. I didn't do the 6 months because we're really flat on this one. So really no activity was happening until this range right here. And that started, days ago. So that was March 29th. So within the last 20 or so days, maybe a little bit more. Okay. So then right here, what's interesting to me is the breakout. This is why I like this one. So we're gonna get a little bit closer. Let's look at this breakout. So it was doing good, trending up, and then boom, we have a breakout. This happened maybe today. Yep, it happened today. Started moving. Wow, what movement for one day. And then it came back and revisited. So it didn't get much more than that. Back off. I don't like the way it ended right here with these red candles, but keep an eye on it. Your
Actually, that's what
oscillators
I
are coming back together right here, so I would wait a little bit.
she
What was
could
that,
come
John?
back into that channel. I would expect her
She
to come
could.
back down.
Absolutely.
So
I would not take it here until I see some green, some volume buying back in, and because the breakout may not last. You see, it's trying to get back into this channel, and it very well could. So you have some time here to find out what's going to happen before you say, "Oh, it's moving. Let me get in there," and then you're in the wrong spot, and now you're back down here to 0007. It could revisit this area. So give it some time. Let's see. Make it prove it to you. But this movement for today, phenomenal. Just beautiful. You could have played this all day today, 2 times at least.
2 times at least.
At least. So yeah, it was a good one, Vermore. And we'll keep an eye on it, see what happens next, Back to you, John.
All right, we are now going to take a look at IDEX. Let me actually pull up a.
Gosh, I hadn't heard that one in so long. It's an oldie. I used to play it all the time.
Yeah, I remember ID. That's right. IDEX.
It's still in the NASDAQ? They are still in the NASDAQ. That's surprising.
Oh my God, at 4 cents.
At 4 cents. So say, I remember it's NASDAQ stock. And we played it like crazy.
Let's see. All right. They had a financial come out recently. I jumped into it. And first thing I seen here is up at the top. Idenomics generated approximately 70% more revenue from the sale of EVs and charging solutions compared to 2021. That's good. So that's, if there's anything happening on the chart, I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. And of course, you're going to get a lot more information here. And this is as hard as it can be, folks. You don't have to go to all the numbers and try to figure out what they're talking about. They do break it down. Nice, easy here. There's a concise number page for you without having a whole lot of numbers. Let's see what else we can learn. Let's look for some more numbers. We got a float over here of maybe $500 million. We got $750 million in the outstanding share count. Financials for IDEX. Last 2 years, she's been roughing it at about $100 million. Ooh, but 2022, even with all that money, she still owed money out, $815,000. Quarterly, well, I do believe that was 2022. Yeah, we've got nothing new here. So we're not getting any new information. The only new information you can really get is to get a little deeper inside, looking at her balance sheet. She's got 21 million in the bank. Now, if you're wondering how I know it's millions, they tell me to put 3 zeros behind any numbers down here. So I'm not losing it. Oh, he said millions again. He meant thousands. No, I had it right this time. Total assets, we got 242 million in assets, and total liabilities, 100 million. So they are top heavy with assets over liabilities. They are bringing in revenues, but their revenues aren't cutting it yet. They're not making a profit. And disclosures. We've got some 8Ks over here. We just read, I'm sure both of these here are about the financial filing. Company sell, buy, or purchase, convert. Those are about convertible debentures. Let's see what this one is about. Press release attached. That was about their financials. When were those? The 5th and the 3rd. So that's really as far back as we need to go. So I can't remember what we read there. What was the news that they had? Dun, 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 dun. Too much news in my head. The float isn't great. The financials aren't the best. Their assets are strong. And they had an increase. That's the best thing you can say. But I don't see any real catalyst right now because, as you can see, at the end of 2022, even though they did 70% more revenues, they didn't make more profit. So they still got to tweak that formula, whatever it is. And they don't give us any news here at all. I would actually have to jump over somewhere like maybe Twitter. You put in your $sign, put in your ticker, and see what comes up. The most popular items come under the top. And April 14th, that's the most recent. And they're just talking charts. Get a lot of chart activity on Twitter. But you can get the latest, see if there's anything really current here. I've not seen a company get this far into delisting with no actions.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. I was going to ask you.
I would have to do some more research.
I don't know. Is there some companies that aren't subject to the same rules? I don't know for sure.
IDEX after hour going crazy. Team needs some buy volume to avoid delisting. All right. So,
they are talking about it.
Right. That's the one thing we needed to see.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It could be any one of these 8Ks is going to be a letter from the NASDAQ saying you are in trouble. You've got 6 months, and I can't find it here. Here's a plan of merger with Via Motors. So there's a lot more information here, and I am sure one of them is probably, well, you see the chart. If they've been under, well, I was going to say 6 months, but just the other day we saw NASDAQ under for 30 days. They got a 6-month warning. Another company at 6 weeks, they got a 6-month warning. So this company could have a warning regardless of how long.
6 months ago, we were sitting at 74 cents. So I don't know. Yeah, this is not good.
Yeah, go ahead and show us that chart.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me pull up the screen so I can get back over to it. Add to
I've given you all the information here. Right. This sounds bleak.
Yeah, it is. It does look bleak. So this is interesting, though. The blue line here represents a heavy resistance because back in 2021, y'all, this is where we played IDEX a lot. That's why I'm familiar with it. IDEX was booming. So February the 1st, 2021, IDEX was at like $5.53, John. But that was 2021. Whole different market. Everything's getting ran up. Oh, your EV, boom.
Right, so, right.
Now we're at a point. This is 6 months, you guys. This is a 4-hour chart sitting at 77 cents 6 months ago. So we've been under $1 for quite a while. So that's just a heavy resistance. I wanted to mark it. I will get closer so you can see what's currently going on. But overall, you can tell it was a downtrend. So we had dollar. 12 cents, 0.129.
They wish.
So 12 cents was only like on the 22nd of March. Definitely a downtrend. This is another resistance area right here. I went ahead and marked because let's get back up a little bit further, but closer where you can see why I did that. You can see where it was bouncing before. Boop, 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 boop. And it couldn't. It's been trying to hit its head on it here. It couldn't get over it. This is a resistance. So I had to mark it on the chart. And that's 9 cents. So there's not much going on here chart-wise. I wouldn't even give this a second glance. It's nothing is happening.
Right.
It did hit the bottom of the channel here at 0.042 and came back up. But there's not enough that's going to make this go north. That's not going to happen. It looks like they are trying to delist. That's what John was picking up on Twitter. So there's a lot of risk here. We could have a reverse split coming. You don't know. I would not touch this one until it settles out and they figure out what they're doing and what the next move is.
Yeah, they've got 500 million shares and they're down to 4 cents.
Yeah.
To get that back up, you got to do at least 100, roughly 100. Yeah. So
but you could tell it was traded today. You could tell they had some volume. I mean, there was some buyers that came in. Look at that. And then the oscillators spread apart. Look at there. Boom. You got it, but you don't. This is not where you would buy and say, I'm going to hold. We're going to see what happens in 2 years. That's not with this one. Not until they get that reverse split out of the way or whatever it is they're going to do. Are they going down to OTC? Don't know. Something's happening though. So yeah, quick moves, sure, if you got that kind of volume, but I would not want to get stuck or caught in this one. It's very erratic. It hit the bottom of the channel, which is probably the only reason why it got picked up right here. And it's probably going to come back down again tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's nothing going on. So yeah, be careful with that one. And if for any reason we go back into this crazy EV thing and IDEX is still listed, maybe. But we don't have that kind of market right now, you guys. All right, John, back to you.
All right, I am looking at BOMO here. This was just requested. I actually I put out a tweet about this today. The chart, she approached a breakout point, if you can believe that. Being at 0001, 0002, it's like breakout. What the heck do you mean? Well, she got squeezed at 200-day, finally came down on top of her head, right, and pushed her against the floor.
Yeah,
so unless she wanted to be pancaked, it looked like she needed to bounce. Well, she was trying today. The volume was coming in. Last time I looked, I think it was 57 million, which isn't that big of a deal when you consider you can buy 1 million shares for $100 at 0001. Yes, you can.
Oh, yeah.
You won't normally get 0001, but it's possible. But you can get $500,000 at 0002 for $100. That's more common. That's very common. So I seen it moving today. I hold BOMO. BOMO was Cruzani. Do you remember that,
Oh,
Lily?
yes, yes, yes. Okay, I knew it sounded familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. Cruzani did a reverse merger with BOMO, was a big deal, had everything running. This company was working with AI job recruitment, connecting jobs with people and doing it with AI. And we were all excited about it. And then what the hell happened? I mean, she just plummeted, no business, nothing going on. Well, they just had news come out about a week ago. BOMO, artificial intelligence with a human touch, aims to transform the HR tech market. Now, I'll tell you, folks, I was just reading this as Lily was going through that last chart, trying to figure out exactly what this is. And I couldn't tell. I didn't know if it was a glove because they're talking about touch. If it's something you wear, I don't know. But it's some sort of new technology, and I just can't see. The final release of BOMO 2 will be a major milestone in the company's ongoing mission to transform the HR tech market with its high, powerful AI technology and commitment to innovation. I really can't tell you. But this just came out today. Now, I don't know what's going on with their other business because the fact of the matter is they're not giving us news on a regular basis. It was back here, they were talking about 2019 reverse splits, looking for deals. You don't see anything here about the merger. We got news going back till March. That's it.
Yeah.
Two pieces of news and nothing more. So they're not communicating with their investors, which is never a good thing. They just had a reverse merger. There should have been no reason for this to fall like this. Financials, they say they've got $185,000 at the end of last year. Their share structure, what the blazes?
What happened? Did it change?
31 billion.
Whoa!
No
when
way
did that happen?
I don't know. I would have to look that up. There's no way BOMO, I would not buy a stock that had 31 billion shares in it. Okay, that's not true. That's not true. I bought HCMC the other day because of this lawsuit, and I think it's got 125 billion.
A lot, and warned you about that. So be careful.
I'm being honest here, but this is ridiculous. When did this kick up? I had no clue that BOMO went here.
I didn't know that either.
It's not appealing anymore. Who the hell wants to buy into this? Jeez, sorry for my language, folks.
I just love the honesty. You're right, John. It's not appealing anymore.
It's not appealing anymore. Doggone it. BOMO is just a dog bark now. Is there anything else worth looking at? Financials not filing on time. That gave them, a lot of people have filed NT, not 10Ks. This means they were filing late. That bought them 15 days. They were there on time, got it in time, but obviously it didn't matter. And for all I've seen building up today, I don't know if it's going to continue. It could have just been a hiccup. What's the chart look like to you, Lily?
Oh, Lord. Hold on, John. This one's a little tricky.
I
know. Hard because of the picket fence. But
today's about the only day worth talking about.
Okay, here we go. So it's in a downtrend, as you can see. Definitely picket fence, down, picket fence, down. So we hit the bottom. We did hit the bottom, and because there's nowhere else to go, you guys. This is the bottom. Okay.
You got to go to the expert market if you want to get
it's the official. The bottom is in. And that's never good, though. It doesn't give you the warm and fuzzies. Don't like that. Whenever it was doing the whole Quizani thing, and when we were playing it a few months ago, 6 or so months ago, John?
Yeah.
We had some movement then. That was different. It's over. Whatever that was is over now. So they were asking, though, the person that asked, I can't remember the name, sorry, but about resistance, kind of like where would you expect resistance? So I went ahead and looked at that. Now, this top line, thank you, Sarah. So this top line is from November of 2020, and that's at 0.0005.
2020?
Oh, yeah. There's a support there way back when. So 0.0005. There's going to be a huge resistance there. But we also have one here, and I'll back up just a little bit to show you the last 3 years. No, I want to go to the last year, sorry. The last year, you see where it was sitting. It's here, Yes, it spiked a little bit to 0018. Then we're back down, but you can see right here, it did it again. So this is a resistance, and that resistance is at 0001. So here's the thing. Recently, like today, we touched the bottom. It's back over it, and it more than likely it's going to be range bound in this area between 0001, 0002, 0001, 2. And more picket fence to come. Yeah.
You can see all of your SMAs there. Every single one is in the right position, all going up, evenly spaced. So, I mean, you've got, I like to say, good footing. Good footing. What we need, honestly, is a bloody piece, some piece of news, because a lot of these companies, I swear to God, they wait until the chart sets up and then they drop a tweet because they too understand we're waiting for a breakout. It's set up. Oh, I'll have a picture of a dog looking in a box saying, "What's in the box?" And watch the chart go 60%. That's all
they play it too. I mean, there's a lot of other players in this game. Bears, bulls, hedge funds, you just name it. They're out there to get you.
Yeah, at least she hit 2 more than one time today.
Exactly. We hit some 2. So we're getting range bound between 1 and 2. More than likely, if you're trying to buy in, it'd probably be damn near impossible to get a buy in at 0001. And I don't want you to be the 0002 because that's the top right now. Don't do that to yourself unless something more is coming. Okay, so you could put an order in at 0001, but don't you do that damn 0002. Don't you do it. So until it proves itself, do not do that, because all you're doing is giving somebody else like 100% gains from 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 1 to 2. Don't do that. Don't do that. But keep an eye on it, because I mean, Quizani had a lot of news. We've seen movement before. It can happen. I don't see it yet. I do like the SMAs. I will say that. But I know how it can get range bound with this picket fence. I don't like that at all. So keep an eye on it. Sorry. I'm just saying. I'm trying to protect our people. I want you to be smart about it. So back to you, John.
All right. No, you make a real good point there. You know, I think in my mind, it's only 0001, 0002. I'll just get 0002. It's a good price. No, you're right. That is the top. Would I ever buy the top of any other run?
Exactly.
No.
It might not seem like it's just a little bit, but it's the top right now.
0002 is a good price when it hits 0003.
Exactly. If it's starting to give us some range, like, okay, something's happening. I see some volume. These SMAs are still being respectful. So maybe.
But it was very wise advice. It was. All right. I see you guys have run out of tickers for me to look at.
No.
I find that hard to believe. I know what's going to happen now. You're going to flood me and I won't be able to finish them all.
We have to be able to finish in like 12 minutes. So yeah, onesies or twosies would be good right now. Unless you got something, John.
We did not look at SysX yet.
Well, let's do it. I think we need to follow up on that one.
I don't remember who wanted me to look at it, but I remember you wanted me to. I didn't forget you. I remembered what you wanted. Isn't that more important? So we've got SysX. This is a penny stock on the OTC. First thing I noticed, she's pink limited. We've got to take that into concern. She's late on one or more of her financial filings. So you come over here. This will tell you the last financial that they put out. This is a 2021. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Now they made a conversion. There's different ways that you can file on the OTC. This was old days. These are new days. They've moved to a 10K. They're not using disclosures anymore. So they filed not 10K. We're not filing it on time. On the 31st, that bought them 15 days. Now they're late. They only had 15 days. That would give them to the 14th to the 15th, and it is the 20th. That's why that little puppy's up there right now. They got to get that in. That should fall off as soon as they file. 8K here. I bet this is also telling us the same thing. Nope. Let me see. SysX entered into a stock purchase agreement with Omniverse, where the company agreed to sell Omniverse 136,000 Series C shares for $182,000. There's a lot of these little deals going on, and I honestly don't cover most of them when I'm talking to you because, well, when you're looking at millions and billions of dollars, 182,000 isn't a whole lot. We've only got so much time. Share structure for SysX. Well, I'm going to presume it's a big one. They tell us it's a $500 million back here in May of last
Whoa.
year. But
Yeah.
somehow I'm thinking it's more than that. Hard times have hit everybody. The price is low. They needed money. I'm guessing they've had a few shares. You could come over here and look for something like a 14. What are those? There you go. We got some shares coming out. I knew there would be. Financials for SysX. Well, they had money in 2021, 12.6 million, got to keep 5 million. We should get some 2022 quarterlies here. 13, 16, 19, 20. What did they have there? Ooh, so 2022 was about 30%, 40% better than 2021. And we're waiting on their disclosure now for the end of the year. Now, really, you can, that's not all four. That's only three quarters. We got 1 quarter here. So they got their fourth quarter and they've got their annual coming out. And the way it looks, I don't count that one. 5, 8. They're already over 11, 12. Yeah, they're about even right now. So they're going to do better. So when this financial comes out, there is a good chance that one, that Pink Limited is going to go to Pink Current. That's going to be nice. And they're going to have made more revenues year over year. That's going to be nice. It's going to be a double hit. We'll call that a double hit. That puts you on second base. So SysX needs to get that out right now. I don't know how long they'll allow her to be late. If she is late too long, there will be another warning down here. It will say grace period, and it will be yellow. If you see grace period, it means they have been put on a 15-day countdown, and they'll be yanked off the market if they don't get their filing done in 15 days. But it won't tell you the date here. Me, I want to know that date. I do. So what you can do is come over here to the quote button, scroll down to proprietary quote eligibility, and it'll be right up underneath here. It'll say grace period, and it'll tell you the date, the actual day that they will disappear. So if you see a date there, you may want to hold off buying the stock until they get past that date and see what actually happens. All right, that's everything we got for SysX. I think we've got time for the chart. So
the chart is just nasty. So it looks better when you get closer, but I got to give you kind of a bigger view. 6 months, 4-hour
things
chart.
Get better the further away you get.
Yeah,
it's real pretty from across the field.
You need to get up close to this one. Okay, so you can see it just fell off the map, and then it just 0005 and kind of just hanging out there. So here recently, and this is one that I played. I want to say I played it last year, and I made some good money on it. But the move was over. Yes, after that I was out. I was done. But anyway, the last 20 days. Here we go. 1-hour chart. 0005, and we went up to 0013, and it's respecting the uptrend. Yeah. However, this is a baby uptrend. It's brand new. We don't know. We don't have enough data to say this is going to continue yet. We don't know. So keep an eye on that. But so far, everything's looking okay. We do have the 13 SMA heading back towards the 50, and the price is a little bit under the 50. So you got some time to see if we got any strength here. Is it going to pick up? And if so, you'll know soon because it's at the bottom of this uptrend. So this one is one to watch if it's going to continue. And I'll take you to a 5-minute. You can see how it keeps revisiting. It got as low as 0008 and picked back up. So it needs to respect that. 0008 and higher. We're going to start watching this SMA, the 13, or if you use the 9 for day trading, some people do. Watch it start to cross over back towards the 50. I look for them to meet up and a decision will be made. You know, when those two start getting close together, either it's going to go down or it's going to go ahead and go back over it since it's at the bottom of that trend. So that's what you're looking for.
Now, if you like on this what the company has going on, in my opinion, we've always got two opinions here, right? Because we're two different people.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good spot. If you have knowledge,
trend,
you know.
She's changed. Yeah. She was falling for a long time. She's crossed some of those major SMAs. She is right now at a low in this channel.
Yes.
It would be a good place to start an accumulation. I wouldn't buy everything at one point, but in this channel, this would be a buy point in this channel because she's.
I like that it finished on this doji here.
But that's just my thought. I like SysX. She's got some things going for her. I do remember, I think I played her a few times myself.
I was telling you all about it while we were playing in the Discord, and you played it a little bit too. And there was games. It can be a good mover, but we need to get verification this is going to hold up. If you want to buy a little splash right here, that's fine. But like I said, protect your capital. Be smart about it. Wait for it to hold this trend line and start to uptrend, and this SMA to start crossing over this 50. Then you got some more time to buy some more and get more into a position and see what's going to happen. See if the uptrend is going to continue, because that's what we're currently doing right now. What you got, John? Anything else?
Yeah. So how'd that get snuck in there? That was way up at the top.
Somebody sneak one in.
There's another one. Oh, look at them. I told you they were going to do that, didn't I? DVLP.
You got 5 minutes and we're cutting y'all off.
DFLI. Come on, folks. These are all great stocks you're mentioning.
They are, yeah.
DVLP, I just looked at the chart. She's doing good. She is in the midst of a breakout right now. We have talked about her. She's got a lot going on. Definitely. I like DVLP. ILIS. Come on. Who can say anything bad about ILIS?
Everybody loves ILIS.
ILIS is doing their own thing with firefighting. They're doing it in all sorts of arenas in all sorts of countries. But as you trade penny stocks and do your due diligence, you see ILIS is invested into a lot of other penny stock companies. So they hold a lot of equity in other companies. I love ILIS. One of Karen Courier's best expert saves yet. And DFLI, we just covered this. You know they're doing well with these microgrids and these charging stations. They're doing well. I haven't looked at the chart here anytime soon. Yeah, we can get rid of that. Yeah, I'd rather see Lily's face than that thing. So all these ones you're bringing up, folks, I'd love to jump into them, but I would love to talk to you about them for a while because all three of those are hot.
Those are good
I
ones.
own 2 of the 3 right now. I don't own ILIS anymore, and I keep slapping myself for that because it's one of the stocks I truly respect on the OTC. I can't say that about many stocks on the OTC, but I watched ILIS come from nothing, come out of the darkness of the expert market, and came all the way up. And like I said, I got kudos for Karen Courier. You can't get home runs every single time. You know, Babe Ruth was a home run king, but he also had more strikeouts than any other player.
Yeah.
John,
I've got a question about ILIS because you have a lot of information. You've been following it for a while. Because it's a little bit under where I expected to see it. Is it because there's been no news lately? I mean, what have they even been? Because they had so much going on. This chart's been hot for a long time, and now it's just kind of dying off a little bit.
I will be honest. I have not been keeping up with ILIS because it's like a kid moving out of the house. I know they're responsible. They're taking care of the bills. So I know they've been doing well. Every time we do look at them, they're doing well. And the question is asked, why are they falling? And this is the truth about a lot of companies. They're getting beat up. They're not getting the love they need. Maybe the market, first off, the OTC market isn't even getting $2 billion a day. We're not getting enough money. We're not getting enough volume. We're not getting enough trades. And people want to play hot stocks. That's where the birds go. Wherever the feed is sitting, we all flock to that area. And if you don't have money, you're going to take it from somewhere else. Borrow it. I'll come back. I'll buy this back. And you take it out of stocks that are making gains. So there's a lot of stocks that are being picked to death because people just need money for another play while this one's not doing much.
That's true, too.
I don't blame ILIS for falling. There's a lot of stocks are falling, and they haven't done anything wrong. You can't.
Just wonder if they if the information and news just kind of dried up, because sometimes companies do that too. They'll start talking and hyping it up and getting Twitter involved and all this stuff, and next thing you know, nothing, silence.
It could be, as I said, I haven't actually checked. Just looking right now, I know. Well, hell, since you're here with me, I might as well let you see what the heck I'm doing here. All right. I'm going to just look up ILIS real quick here just so we can see what sort of news she has. ILIS. How have you been, honey?
Yeah, I'm just curious. We can give you a few more minutes. Also, while you're looking at that, John, I'm going to cover DVLP real quick for Lisa. She brought that up. DVLP had a nice uptrend, dropped. Now it has like a mini uptrend, so it's still doing okay. I just looked at that chart, and then it dropped to 0021. And sitting currently around 0046. So it still looks really healthy, and it's still respecting those trend lines, Lisa. Just letting you know. Go ahead, John.
All right, can you see my picture?
Yep.
All right, looking at ILIS. This is the most recent piece of news that came out. ILIS updates on OTC QB application. They're on the pink. They're not auditing their financials. People know that. They want to get up to the QB, prove that they are auditing.
Yes.
And New York Stock Exchange American listing application of its industrial subsidiary, Quality Industrial Core, QIND. They are preparing to uplist this to the New York Stock Exchange. Anything else I can snag out of this? No, going back to their news so you can see what's been going on here. This isn't old news. This is going back to February. Confirms the incorporations of its defense subsidiary. There's something new, had no clue. Hyperion Defense Solutions. So they've got a new subsidiary, and it doesn't even look like it has anything to do with fighting fires. ILIS confirms its first investment project in Serbia. Had no idea. I got to get over here more often. But here's the recent news that's come out. This is the one we just looked at on the 19th. Annual report with the SEC confirming 595% revenue increase over 2021. No, I think they've got plenty of catalysts.
Catalysts. There you go. They might have some calluses too.
They got plenty of catalysts here. I mean, Grace, that was on the 10th, 10 days ago. I don't know what the chart looks like. I do want to see this chart because there is lots of good things going on here. There's that Hyperion Defense Solution in February. March, you have revenue increase. And right now they've given us an update. What does that chart look like?
Well, I'm going to show you a different one real quick. The one that you just spoke about, their subsidiary, they want to list to the NASDAQ, the QIND.
Right.
So this is a nice uptrend. I mean, it did break out, and it's still back in this uptrend, though. It came back into it. So maybe some of the ILIS action has over to this one. I don't know.
Well, it looks like it was yesterday it started to come back up, right?
I'll get closer. Let me see. I didn't look that close.
Because it was yesterday the news came out.
Yeah. It looks like April the 18th. Yeah, 0.34, and then it moved up after that.
And the 19th is the day the news came out. So she's catalyst driven. She's looking for these catalysts.
Gotcha.
I'm sure if you look back on the 10th, when her financials came out, 535%, she probably jumped on the 10th.
10th of April?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right here. And it was pretty steady. I mean, we did have a little bit of bump there, but it's pretty steady on this breakout.
What's that biggest jump? What day is that biggest jump you got?
This breakout happened March 28th. Yep, March 28th started building up into the after hours and then opened the 29th and hit this 0.65 right here.
I don't see any news.
Interesting.
That's a huge jump. I would have thought that jump would have come on the financial unless they had a news press. I don't see
either way, this one is in an uptrend. It's back into the channel, but still very much respecting that uptrend, you guys. So maybe start watching QIND as well, and it is associated to ILIS. Now I'm going to pull up this ILIS chart, okay? Here we go, John. This is what you wanted to see. I'm going to back up a little bit, at least 6 months. Oh, this is old stuff. I'm going to remove that. Okay. So you can see how it's just downtrending, and this line right here is a resistance that I've noted on it. So I'm gonna get closer so you can see that, and it's under that right now, and that's sitting right around 3 cents, 0.0384. So it went down to 0.031, and it's trying to build up from here. This is probably a good zone for buyers right here, but it does need to get back over this resistance at 0.038.
Yeah, that's a coin toss down there right now.
And I'll back it up so you can see it. I mean, you can see where I did the fibs on this one back when I played it as well. It's lost a lot. Now it's still in the bottom of the fib. It's coming back, and this is where I have the resistance right here because this is where it was bouncing before it took off. So that's right where we're at right now. And I wouldn't look for it to go too much further down than that for ILIS. So this might be a good zone. Keep an eye on it. That maybe because the news have dried up, it's just kind of dying out right now. Nobody's talking about it, but I'm sure they got other things coming. So, because they've been pretty hot with their news from the past. But that's what we're looking at now. And then I think there was one more, John. I don't want to leave them out. Let's see. I'm not going to do kegs, though. That was late. That was late, the best.
Yeah, that's after 5.
DFLI. DFLI. Oh, you just got off work?
I'm guessing.
Now I feel bad. All right, so Planet Patel was asking about DFLI, and I didn't get a chance to look at that. I was going to look at it real quick.
Sure.
DFLI. John, if you want to turn on you can turn it on, right? So they can see me.
I can do that.
Yeah, turn it on for me, please. All right, so this is DFLI, obviously in the downtrend. This is your last 6 months here. And it has tested it a couple of times and failed.
Yeah,
all right, so here you go. So you see that huge movement here, $28. My goodness.
Holy cow.
December. Yeah,
wow.
December, it hit 28. This is a NASDAQ stock. It just fell down under the $5 range, so we can talk about it today. But it has potential. You can see it can move. And that was the end of last year in December. So it must have been some kind of news. This was not the COVID stuff, 2020 and 2021. But we're going to get closer. You see the downtrend right here. It did try. It tested it. This is really quick. You see that wick? Sold it off really quick here. Lots of heavy selling. So it has not officially broke out of this channel. It's building up to it. It's trying. So 3 attempts so far and has not done it. It can't hold it. So maybe you're in a good spot right here. I would wait for the confirmation of the breakout and it to hold, because usually they revisit this level. You see that? And it didn't hold it. So it's probably going to happen again. Wouldn't be too harmful to buy some here. Just be ready to have a good stop loss for this one, because it really could fall back into this downtrend. Okay.
I see a nice setup here. You've got that. I take it your yellow is your 50-day.
Yes.
Yeah, she's starting to turn back up,
and it's approaching. Yes,
it's pinching it between there.
Yes.
What it needs is volume. It needs some volume to ignite it.
Yeah, you see how it's done. It can do it, and it's attempting. So this is very interesting right here. But and you can make some buys in this area to see if it'll approach, see if it'll break out. But you have to set some stops. Set a stop loss, like $4.66 is a good area where it's been kind of bouncing right here and trying to build back up. If it goes under that, like 460, 450, these are ugly. This one at the bottom right here is $4.14. You definitely don't want to be in there after that, because it goes back down into the lower part of the downtrend of the channel. So just understand how much you're willing to put on that. And if it starts breaking out and holding, now you got something. So it does look like it could do it, though. John is right. You see that right here. You see how it's wanting to try to curl back up and approach that 50. But if it doesn't, if it goes under the SMA, your 9 or 14, 13, whatever you use, if it goes down under the 100, it goes down under the 200, it's done. It's done. And I would give it room to breathe, go down to the bottom of the channel. Okay? Hope that helps a little bit. All right, John.
We're going to go ahead and do that very last one.
The best say was he was at work. Kegs is it. So if you were at work,
somebody's at the end of the queue now. We can't let anybody else in.
I'm going to put the thing up there.
Yes, this is closed. All right, we are looking at Kegs. Kegs is talked about a lot. These are one of those stocks that is doing something. They're making headway. They're making progress. They're making money. And the price just won't get off the bloody floor. And everybody wants to know if we can see anything else. That's really all I can say. They've got lots of things going. They've made a deal back here at the beginning of March with Therapeutics. They're making all these different types of non-alcoholic drinks as well as alcoholic. Kegs makes a beer. They're very popular with their 1812 beer, but they've got other types of beers too. They are here in the United States. I think there's something like 20 or 40 miles from the Canadian border, which they presumed would be a way to make more money. So they are now trying to get their products into Canada. And it looks like they just got an award for the best New York Amber Ale Brewery of the year. They got a lot going on. Financials, are they actually making any money? Bloody heck. Now, this is an American company, so why wouldn't they give us that information? It is, right? Yeah, New York.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's New York. What the heck? All right, let's see if we got a disclosure over here. Attorney letter, annual report. We're going to dive into that because we didn't get a bloody number, not one number. All their changes of names, where they're at. Share count, we can get that right here. There's lots of them. You got to find the one that says float. I didn't see the one that said float. How many are out there? Can't tell. All right, we're looking for numbers. There's their products right there. Bragging. They're getting lots of awards. Come on, there we go. Current assets. They have 3.1 million, increasing from 2.5 last year. Total liabilities have increased from 14 to 16. Ouch. They got a lot of debt right now. But again, I expect this when a company is just starting off. It takes a lot of money to get a business off the ground. And what sort of revenues we got? 2022, we got to add zeros? No. So we got just under $1 million. 2021, they did better. I guess more people are, I don't know, 1.5 million. And they're running at a negative right now. So things are a little hard for them, even though they got a lot of things going on. Some more due diligence is necessary. See how much they're actually doing, how many places they're distributing, what their progress is on getting their stuff into Canada. These things can make a huge difference. The more they sell, the more money they're going to make. The more money you make, the better you can fix all these other situations.
Oh, no.
And we will see if we can get anything over here. Oh, see, have you noticed that these stocks that are at 000 prices have got billions of shares?
Yes, usually, yes.
This is something that is unappealing. Nobody wants to invest their money in a paper slice of cake. If I want a piece of cake, I want to be able to taste it. There's just not enough cake here.
It's such a big cake, and it takes a lot of little ants getting those slices.
My God, 5.2 billion shares. So the company's got a business. They've got a product. They're now trying to cross borders and work into Canada. I know they're doing stuff. They've got more than one beer that they actually sell. They've made a deal with another company to do non-alcoholic beverages. And still, we are down there with 104% gains. Don't let that fool you. That is so brief. All right.
Very brief.
You want to look at that kegs chart? Is there?
We'll look at it. Well, I mean, you see it, it's kind of flat. Do we have the potential to do a breakout? Yeah, it could do it. You see it. It's moved from the bottom here is around 0001 or 2, and it went all the way to 0017. That was some amazing gains, and that happened January the 9th. So that was huge.
That's like 3,400% gains. $100 bill would have got you $3,400 if you sold it.
That's a good day. Yeah. Wow. If you didn't sell at the top, you got some good gains here as long as you sold.
So we can see that 5.6 billion.
It can do it.
Didn't hold it down.
Yeah. But I mean, you got to think, even 0017, that's some good movement, but that's probably the top of your movement as well with a float this size. Wow. And you're going to need some volume. So what I will say is where we're at now, which is 0002, and you can tell it's totally sideways, even with this jump. We're at the bottom of the trend. So can it pop again? Yes. Can you take a chance on that? You could. Let's get a little bit closer and look at it. It just depends. You don't want to get stuck in anything that's going to sit at 0001 or 0002. So put this on your watch list. If it's going to start moving up, you'll see it. You'll have time. You might not get a 0001 or 0002 in there, but at least you'll know something's happening. The volume's coming in. Go find the news currently that's happening. Maybe it's something like that that's going to make it run again. And you might not get the 0017, but you still be able to have some room for some movement. That's a lot of gains there. So if it wants to do something like that, this is something I would play over and over and over again. I love doing some rinse and repeat charts are my favorite to play. But I also take the time to learn the pattern of those charts and how it moves and what happens with news, stuff like that. So this could be one of them. You never know. So I would keep an eye on it. You'll have time if it's going to do it again, or it's just going to go sideways. It'd be range bound right now. Like John was saying, there's no volume right now really on the OTC. So just be careful. Keep those things in mind. And that's pretty much it. Back to you, Mr. Zidar.
We have set a new record. This is the longest show we've ever had.
No, it's not. We went longer than that.
I don't think so. In either case, we appreciate all of you that hung around.
We do. Thank you.
If you didn't hang around and you end up watching us later, thanks for showing up. We really appreciate you. This is why we do this. We got stocks we talk about all the time, but all the time. And I mean that all the time. People are asking me, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? So just
We love doing it.
Go for that. Just makes sense.
Wait.
So we're going to be here next Thursday as well. As long as no holiday creeps up on us, these things.
I'll be here the next 2 Thursdays, and then Lily's got a party cruise.
All right.
And I won't be here.
Yeah,
but we'll find some
about you.
Oh yeah, I'll be thinking about y'all. You know it. I will. I definitely will. Salute. Absolutely. We love you guys. Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed your 420. I'm going to go enjoy mine now. We'll see you later.
Bye-bye. Thanks, guys. Bye.